Nations Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Volskaya Foundry, the first map in the best of 5. It is a single elimination bracket that we're looking at right now. Italy versus the Czech Republic is our first series. And 8 teams in total made it out of the group stage. So the top 2 out of each group made it into the bracket. And yeah, we're gonna check that out. Also, just at the start of all of this, a quick announcement, because you're gonna be wondering if you watch this on YouTube, why in the upcoming games after the first map there is no draft. The explanation is very, very simple. Unfortunately, for the first 2 series of the playoffs, there was a bit of a schedule problem, so one of the matches had to be pushed back a little bit, which is why we're actually only casting one of these maps from this series, from this best of 5 at hand live, and the other ones from replays later, because I'm going to jump into the second match that is played in the second. It's going to be Germany versus Sweden. I'm going to follow that live. So if in future maps the draft is missing, that's the reason why. Unfortunately, in replays there is actually no draft information included, so therefore we can't go through the draft as it happens. That's only when we are able to cast something live, as we can right here now. Also, talking about live and about VODs, if you watch this as a VOD on YouTube, first of all, give it a thumbs up if you like the coverage on YouTube. Comments are always appreciated as well. But if you want to catch the stream live, you can go to khaldor.tv, a new website also with a schedule, and you can just double check when the next streams are happening and what exactly we're doing there. If it's a community day with a couple of ARAMs, Nations Cup, Division S, whatever is coming your way there. On Volskaya in the first game, though, we have Alarak banned out, and also immediately the auto attack has been focused here. Interestingly, like the Alarak ban in particular kind of makes sense, because Reset on the side of the Czech Republic has done a whole lot of work. He played Karrigan, he played Alarak, a lot of those heroes. And well, there's your Karrigan again, immediately being picked. Kenny on Johanna, let's see if they kill him today. And we have Malfurion also locked down, whereas the Italian team is more so following the good old nano-boosted Li Ming route here. In comes the ban against Junkrat, but this should be a cool series too. There's a lot of really, really good teams in the round of 8 right now, and should make for some very entertaining matches. All of the round of 8 matches are best of 5s, by the way. I'm not so sure about the grand final. Grand final might actually be a best of 7, but at least the quarterfinals and also the semifinals will be best of 5s. So there's a lot more on the line there now for the team. Garrosh gets banned out. And yeah, I mean, the aggression is already there from the Czech Republic. I'm a little bit more worried about what the damage output on their end is. I'm actually a little bit amazed that there is no Jaina ban just yet, because Junkrat is a huge problem, but I would personally be really worried about immediate like burst damage on a specific target. Oh my god, did they go for a double mage? I was just about to talk about how it's unlikely that Italy picks Jaina themselves, because it would be a double mage setup, which of course is great for Anna since she has now 2 targets for the nano boost. But that's something you don't see a lot, because then you're very dependent on your cooldowns. It's more so normal to have at least one hero that can push in a little bit more sustainable auto attack damage. Here comes Blaze, so triple frontline. And what's the damage dealer? Gul'dan? Greymane, fair enough, I'm on board with that too. So there's a lot of burst damage, a lot of stuns, Karrigan with the setup, Blaze with the follow-up, Malfurion with the root, Greymane comes in. That's a really hefty setup, and it's a pretty squishy one on the side of Italy. I mean, Italy needs to be careful now. This could backfire quickly. Very squishy lineup for them, good damage output for sure. Also a couple of CC tools with Fury and ETC. But what's the last pick for them? You need a side laner. Or main tank. Imperius! Imperius taken, and that sets up game number 1 in this best of 5 series. So with this, let's jump straight in and check out which team is going to succeed here and take the victory. So guys, let's jump straight into Volskaya Foundry. Game number 1, ladies! On the left side, Italy. Mario, Luigi, Spaghetti, Elite Sparkle on Imperius, Fury ETC, Moldavios on Jaina, we have Alexit on Anna, and Sigurd on Li Ming. I would like to make fun of the Czech Republic too, but I don't really know how at this point. So we have a Dragon on Blaze, Medor on Malfurion, Kenny, my man, on Johanna, Reset on Karrigan, and Rhythmix on Greymane. Only been to the Czech Republic once, and it honestly was awesome. Great country, good food, nice people. And yeah, it was also pretty cheap, so yeah, definitely a recommendation. And well, with this, let's jump straight into our first map in this best of 5. Now, On the blue team side, again, double mage not really too common, especially in the days of HGC, since you're very heavily cooldown dependent. And the one thing that I still have to point out, if you are absolutely on the same page and well coordinated, then this is of course an incredible dangerous composition. There's no doubt about it. Power slide by ETC, Imperius comes in with the stun, both of the mages have their cooldowns ready and drop all the damage onto the same target. You can imagine what's going to happen. I mean, you blow one target after another out of the water. The problem is that if there is any confusion, any kind of disconnect between the players on the blue team side, and they have a huge problem. If a cooldown isn't ready, if a follow-up isn't ready there, if people go on different targets, then they're going to get absolutely murdered. And obviously, when you look at the red team, there's a lot of momentum that can be built up by all the CC that they're using, and what they're trying to pull off here. But we'll have to see how this is going to work out in the long run. This is a map where you can actually attempt to get some snowball going. Items are taken at the 1 minute mark traditionally, and that's exactly what's happening here. Then we can still see the fight over the camp towards the top. Healing beacon, but let's see how this is gonna walk out right now. Either way, up towards the top. Fury is already anchoring the planes, making sure that nobody is grabbing this. And they're already trying to make their play there. Uh-oh, he gets already locked out. There's the stun, root follow-up, and nice damage, but not enough just yet. Rhythmix didn't even completely commit to this, but you can already tell that this is also a pretty nice setup here. And level 4 talent a bit quicker for them, but Fury is doing the exact same thing that he did before. He's double checking that nobody is taking that healing beacon top side, which is important. Level 4 talents now on both sides. The big fight is obviously coming with the objective itself. Reset with another combo attempt. His Kerrigan was so good in the group stage that a lot of teams started to ban it out against him. So all eyes on him for now. And Kenny, of course, at the front. They always try to kill him. Every game they're trying to kill him. There's the commitment. Yeah, there's the 4 versus 5, but Imperius is on his way and should arrive soon. Okay, that little neck is down to 50% HP, and now they're actually going for it, okay. Minion wave is taken down, they're playing around the experience here. Already Johanna moving on to the point, and they're trying to grab it. They go for ETC, and Fury is in trouble, and he goes down. Fury dead, the item stolen by Italy, and at the same time, they're dropping it right onto the ground. And therefore, they lose the item, they lose ETC. And their opponent has a 1-level lead. It was a pretty smart move also to get that minion wave, because it denied 1 to Italy. And up to the top side. Yeah, Reset pushing this one out too. It's a nice start for the Czech Republic. They really surprised in the group stage. They were part of Group A and they played up against the French, a team they couldn't beat, so they took 2nd spot. But this is actually a really, really nice start into game number 1 in this best of 5 series. Let's see how they're gonna play around that, because now we have again 37 points on the objective. Guys, this is a level 7 in their hands. This is more or less a freebie right now. And it's gonna be super tough for Italy to come back into this. On this objective, not on the map itself, but this objective is gonna be rough, because they need level 7 first. And so far, they don't have that yet. They need a little bit more time, which means that once the fight starts, the Czech Republic will have an incredible lead on the objective. So a huge advantage for them and a lot of time to even come back if they lose a hero. If they lose a hero, they can easily just wait it out. But now there's a lot of damage, since we also see Calamity coming in. So if that coordination that we talked about earlier is there for Italy, then they can make that play. And they're going to look to do exactly that. Okay, pre-tap at the fountain is possible. A few of them are already jumping in. Fury is sitting at the side. Elite Sparkle too. But the back line is a little bit isolated. And good old Anna doesn't have a chance there. She doesn't stand a prayer. But both of the supports go down. Since Malfurion gets also wrecked. Rhythmix on Jaina. Oh, and there's the double kill against the Czech Republic. Nicely done here. The reset potential of Li Ming already unfolded. Good start at the beginning for the Czech Republic. But now they lost another few heroes. But are they in a spot where they have enough time? I actually don't think so. This should be the first protector for Italy, unless they really start to rush into this. But yeah, good job. Nice fight by Italy. That was a good one. It was a huge lead early on for the red team. Now they're back with 5 on the map. They can still fight over this one. And I think they will still try and make that play. But if they do, they have to do it now. And if they lose this, then it's going to be rough. They go for ETC again, and Fury gets murdered. Absolutely wrecked. Kenny! Oh my god, they killed Kenny again! And they killed Kerrigan too. Carrigan is trying to carry again, but it seems like Carrigan cannot carry again in this game. So 9 versus 9 on the levels, 5 kills against 3, and the Protector is on the map. Let's see how much damage they can push out with this one. 5 kills against 3, so despite the nice coordination that the Czech Republic had against ETC in particular, yeah, kind of struggling with this a little bit. But Fury is really trying to just always move behind the opponent's team to make his plays there. So now the attack in the middle of the map. A little bit surprised that they're not making a play for the top fountain, so that is a bit strange. Half HP lost on the Protector, level 10 on both sides. So let's see if they can actually take that one down. Should be able to, but 20 seconds, 33%, I mean, it's not a given. And for now, they won't be able to make that play. If they can sneak in later, then it's a different story, of course. So we have the Ultralist, Twilight Dream even, aka there is currently a whole lot more CC than there was even previously. Also, Wrath taken on Imperius. And in addition to this, we are seeing the Mosh Pit. That doesn't really surprise at all. At the top, already a bit of a setup against Johanna, but it's not that easy to kill Kenny. You might kill Kenny every now and then, these bastards, but you won't be able to do that easily. No, Kenny is one of the good ones. Alrighty, so the rest of the team comes top. It's again that fight over the healing beacon. Reliably the healing beacon fight. Reset dodges this one. Fury, yeah, already moving away from this one. He's just like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not today. Okay, Italy is already sitting tight. It's even experience again. Now, on the macro level, Italy is not doing... Like, the Czech Republic is doing much better on the macro level. With macro level... Get wrecked. 3rd kill against ETC. On the macro level, I mean minion experience in particular. The rotations that we see from the Czech Republic are just better at this point. They have a really nice advantage in experience, and if you think about it, they lost the first objective, they were behind by 2 kills, and now they're ahead by half a level again. So it is a really good sign of how the rotations that we're seeing from Dragon on Blaze and others are doing a lot for them. And they are actually going for the fountain now. They take the fountain down, they soak a lot of the damage from the fort with the Ultralisk here, and that was a nice move too. So all the macro moves that they make on the map are great. It's just that on the mechanical side, in the team fight itself, it didn't really work out for them yet. And if they can control, for example, the mages a little bit better, they might have a chance to win the next one. So it's interesting to see the two teams clash, because it's different strengths that they have here. And Fury is very aggressive with his positioning. He really wants to make sure he zones for the team. Now level 13 is in any moment. But that also exposes him a little bit. So he needs to be cautious. Oh, yeah, that would have been great. If he would have been hit by that Blessed Shield, that could have easily been the end of him again. But now it's on cooldown. Carrigan is going to have the Ultralisk back in another 28 seconds, though. And, I mean, Johanna is likely going to be ready when the objective spawns, too. So it's not of any consequence here in the long run. But both teams will have level 13 talents. And with that, we also have the Chrysalis. Chrysalis for Carrigan, in addition to this. Also now seeing... Oh, there we go. Control point unlocked. And can they pick up a kill here? Blaze and Imperius are now important, because the question is who stays long at the bot lane to escort another wave through. But there is still at the top lane the advantage of having a fountain over your opponents. That's actually a big one. Greyman is currently waiting because he wants to get the camp, and he will. The rogue abilities are going to be ready for both. And yep, there we go. This one down. And what's over there on the left side? There's an entire minute that we currently have at this point. So an item advantage goes over to the red team too. Yeah, red team has more items, and they have like the better items too. They have the healing beacon in addition to this. So item advantage, they have the fountain, and this is looking solid for them. They're going for Fury again. Mosh pit, baby! It is party time, and the interrupt thanks to Malfury. And what a stun against Elite Sparkle. They're trying to get the kill, but there's also the healing beacon on the ground, and it's again Li Ming that changes the fight, but Imperius dies. They're looking for the next kill, they're looking for the next setup, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Johanna has fallen, they kill Kenny again, and the Bastards are taking over at the top now. But it's all about Li Ming, those resets, and damn, that bullet hit hard. Li Ming already low. Fury then again, he's also on the run, and they are starting to yield the position as the red team is taking over. And again, no fountain, no tap option, nothing they can do with this. Okay. Over here. Okay, can we get another hit? Nice damage from Greymane. He starts to poke a little bit more. 21,000 damage for him, 20,000 for Li Ming, and Li Ming gets poked again. Johanna is back to business, never used the Blessed Shield, so there's a chance to use it right now. And they come in, where's the Blessed Shield that he needed? And right there, Nikai to go for the kill against Jaina. And Blaze gets the kill together with Greymane. Yep. 6 kills against 6, and the Czech Republic all of a sudden looking powerful. Level ahead, nearly on level 16, and they're going for the objective again. ETC wants the kill. Here comes the jet propulsion, their stance, the condemn, and the bunker on the ground on top of that too. But actually, they try to go for Kenny again, apparently. The problem is that Kerrigan is just ripping them a new one. Anna down, and Imperius is also dead. They're going for Li Ming. She gets the kill, actually. Sigurd is honestly playing insane. Look at Rhythmix. He's just saying, get me the hell away from her. Nicely done. Li Ming with the plays, but in this case, it's still 1-4-3. That's, of course, a massive advantage and will end up with a protector in the hands of the Czech Republic. Yep. That's a checkmate on the second objective. Also, it seems like this healing beacon will end up in the hands of the red team, in addition to what we've already seen here. So protector taken, and that normally results in a rotation towards the bottom of the map so that you can prepare objective number 3 for yourself. So let's see. Let's go. I mean, again, as the game continues, the setup with the 2 mages is a little bit more tricky because you can see all of these stuns coming out, and especially if Malfurion is able to get really, really nice Twilight Dream off, you just see what's going on there. But here's the attempt again. You're making a good macro rotation, you're going for the fountain, that's your top target. Take that down, put yourself into a better spot for objective number 3. That's all that this is about. Get the fountain, get the bot lane, make sure your opponent doesn't have a fallback option during objective number 3, which is going to be even more impactful. So right now, towards the top, there's still Lead Sparkling Tide. Dragon has the healing beacon for his team. And now they're moving straight into the middle, take another fountain down, just making sure that there is no sustain on any of the lanes for the opponent. Don't get a fort, which is a bit unfortunate, to be honest. You want to get a fort with that protector for sure, but taking the fountains down is important, and it's going to be a close game one way or another, as you can already tell. But they're trying to make the play now. 10 seconds only. They need to be a bit careful here, because those two are going to be back in just a moment, but with a good Blessed Shield, they might actually just be able to get some damage in. They might just be able and willing to take that fight. Not quite. Good cocktail. Actually getting a lot of the hit points from Jaina here. Ooh, and a bit of an invade. Look at Italy. They're getting a little bit ambitious here, apparently. Okay. Yeah, Dragon comes in, and the kill against ETC once more. ETC just gets wrecked in this game, seriously. This is the 4th time that he died. A nano boost on Li Ming. Nano boost on Li Ming that fits together like pineapple on pizza. It's a match made in heaven as Sigurd is trying to go for the additional kills. Top damage in the game, and for good reason. He's the one to keep the hopes and dreams of Italy alive in game number 1. This is a best of 5 though, but still. So once again, here comes the setup towards the top side as they're trying to go for a fort apparently. Also, again, talking macro. This is another wave that is now lost to the Italian team. This is exactly what I've been highlighting earlier. That on a macro level, they are actually struggling. Imperius is now making the way back down, but he lost 3 minions. And these small plays, they add up over time. And it's part why the Czech Republic is now so far ahead in experience, despite the fact that we haven't seen a single fort fall on the map yet. So here we go. Camps are taken again. And, yep, half level away from level 20. Ooh, Italy then again. Italians like to party. And they are making Malfurion party too. And now Rhythmix is in trouble and goes down as well. But, oh, don't tell me. What? This is pretty much a 3 versus 5. They get a double kill. They go in for the next. The Crystal soaks the damage. Oh, and Li Ming. Oh my god. They kill Kenny. Bastards. 2 kills against 4. Dragon about to get away here. Or not. A full 5-man wipe, ladies and gentlemen, just before level 20. It was a bit of an ambitious setup, but damn, what a fight, honestly. That was kind of nuts. Yeah, they should have just let Malfurion die, to be honest with you. Okay, so here we go. They're trying to make the play towards the top. 12 kills against 12, but level 20 is still an advantage that they hold in their hands. But yeah, that turned quickly. What a battle, holy shit. And it's honestly just Li Ming the entire time. If they take Sigurd down, I honestly feel those fights would look very different. Very different. It's always Li Ming that turns it around. And he does everything that he can here. Okay, so over there, middle. Yeah, 20 is in. I guess we're gonna have 20 on both sides, right? I mean, this is Storm Talent. Party time. Fortified bunker. I guess the Astral Communion for Malfurion, right? Let's see what he's gonna pick. But it's up! Has also the objective, well, not the objective, but like one objective on the map, aka an item that they're grabbing. So they have one turret against a turret and a healing beacon. Li Ming doesn't hold anything, so a small item advantage for the Czech Republic as level 20 talents get picked on both sides. Nano Infusion is ready. Wintermute and the Death Metal for ETC. This is actually a pretty smart talent for Fury to take, considering how most of these deaths on him have happened. Everybody is just ganking up on him and taking him down. If you get them in the Death Metal like this, Li Ming is going to have a field day. If you give that setup to Sigurd, he is going to just rack you hard. So that's definitely a big thing to happen here. So they need to play around Fury in an interesting way. Yeah, and there we go. There's the silence, there's the heal, Bunker is on the ground, and do they get the kill? Yes, they do, and nobody's hit! Nobody! And they're going for Jaina straight after. The ice block saves her for a second, but just look at this, the roots on the ground, the kill against Jaina. Down goes Imperius, and the Czech Republic absolutely destroying their opponent in this setup. The fort is immediately targeted while Blaze is taking the objective. They played perfectly around ETC. Absolutely perfectly. Honestly, that was impressive. Not his mosh pit, not the death metal, nothing really worked for him. And now they're prepping the bot lane. Sigurd is still alive. And the objective is already on the way as the Protector makes his way over. They're obviously going to look to end the game here. I mean, at this point, they're already looking to see if they can maybe even grab Li Ming. Everybody's just sitting tight. Look at this. Blessed Shield is ready. If he gets a Blessed Shield out against Li Ming, she's dead. She would be dead immediately. He's not even using it at this point. There's a little bit of a hobbity-hop by Kerrigan, and they're starting to go for her. Where's the Blessed Shield? And there's the kill. Insta-kill. No chance lands. That's the end of Li Ming, and that's the end of game number 1. Finally, a mosh pit, but that one gets interrupted too. And the Italians go down hard on game number 1 Volskaya Foundry. They crash and burn as the Czech Republic take the victory. The 1-0 lead in the best of 5 in the quarterfinals. Game number 2, ladies. The Czech Republic is ahead in this series as we are looking at Battlefield of Eternity, our second map. Italy on the left side with Fury on Greymane, Elite Sparkle on ETC, Alex on Rega, Sigurd on Li Ming again. That in itself is already dangerous. He's a beast. And we have Moldavios on Samuro. On the right side of the map, the Czech Republic with the lead, and Dragon now on Blaze with Mador on Malfurion. Kenny, my man, on Johanna. Rhythmix on Thrall, and Reset on Sylvanas. As already mentioned in the first game, this is actually cast from replays, which is why we do not have the drafts here. So as I explained the last time, and it should actually be available to everybody that watches the YouTube VOD right now, the games, they pretty much ran into each other, and we focused for the live stream on the Germany match against Sweden, which was just a little bit more anticipated by people and promised to be a bit closer. But let's see how this is going to pan out now. So again, Italy lost map number 1, and now we're looking at the second one. Battlefield of Eternity is of course a bit of a different beast here. 2-lane map with a lot of focus on team fights in the middle. And also the, well, focus on immortal damage, which we are seeing, especially on the side of Italy, with Greymane and Rhaegar. Lightning Shield adds to it, and Li Ming for the outside poke. Always an early pick on Battlefield of Eternity, simply because in any kind of stalemate situation, when the two teams are defending their Immortal, Li Ming just excels with damage that she can push out, and the opponent has to make a choice then. Do they either soak those missiles and those orbs with heroes and therefore take damage, or do they let them through and then risk losing the Immortal and therefore the objective? So definitely something to be considered here for sure, but let's have a little bit of a look at how this is going to work out, as we already have some aggression in the early stages. Also, we still have globe talents. Sometimes some of the teams will forgo certain talents because it's harder to really stack on globes. Unless, of course, you take the objective and are able to win it, because then you get some extra spawns. But still, Blaze with the new habits and ETC with the prog rock. So both of them speccing into globe talents on level 1. Echo of Elements is taken for Thrall, which is actually interesting, because with Blaze at the top lane, Thrall could have gone into Crash Lightning. This is a pretty decent talent on this map and usually allows you to get a lot of damage through. So Thrall making a conscious choice in this case to go for the Echo of Elements, despite the setup that they have here. Nice dodge, by the way, on the ETC stun with a good Iron Skin from Kenny. Oh boy. But yeah, from Thrall's perspective, with Blaze in the top lane position against Samuro, I could have totally seen him go into Crash Lightning here instead. That would have pretty much guaranteed him a very solid damage output in the long run. Especially since, of course, they're also up against Samuro, which makes it, in the long term, even easier to get the stacks together for the level 1 talent. You can argue that that is even a bit of a misstep. Echo of Elements is never really a bad choice, but in this case it really surprises me to not see Crash Lightning, because this is more or less the dream scenario for that talent. Then again, they have a fair amount of damage either way. And of course, if you are a little bit more worried about your sustainability, you want to have a chance to proc your trade a little bit more often, the extra charge comes in quite handily, and together with your level 16 you have also quite good synergy there as well. But as it stands, the first Immortal is already spawning up, and let's see how this is going to pan out for especially the Italian team, because now that they're behind by 1 map, they gotta be a bit more cautious that they don't lose a second map, or it's going to be really rough for them to come back into this series and take it. This is a best of 5, so they wouldn't drop out right away, but this is also a single elimination bracket, which means you lose 1 match and you are out of the tournament. And in the round of 8, that's where you really don't want to drop here. The Italians, again, with a bit more aggression, so far very, very little focus onto the Immortals themselves. Fury jumps in, heavily aggressive against especially Reset, who's of course the main player at this point for, or one of the main players for the Czech Republic. Definitely a bit of a surprise in the tournament here, I would say. They're starting to make the plays now. Reset jumping out again. Dragon is coming in now too, and there's the focus. Everybody in a corner already, but no stun from Blaze. Jet Repulsion in this case not hitting. Reset is a bit low. He's starting to become more and more focused on the opponent's side, which makes perfect sense given his performance. Comes the setup again against the lead Sparkle, and ETC nearly gets moonfired to death by Malfurion. I don't really know. Moonfiring someone to death is a little bit the equivalent of tickling someone to death, I'd say. It's not really the most damage output that you're going to get with this, but it is definitely going to start to annoy you a lot. Oh, that's a good stun, and Sigurd, the hope of Italy, is eliminated. Mamma mia. Li Ming. Luigi, Mario. Okay, that was horrible. I can't do an Italian accent. It's really bad. I can make a presentable Russian, but that's already about it. And don't get me started on the Czech Republic. I don't even know how to start there. But yeah, still, I gotta say, great country. Visited once, twice, I don't even know. But yeah, liked it a lot. Halftime show is taken by the blue team, by the red team actually, and here comes the additional approach. Ancestral Wrath now, plus also Calamity from Thrall and Li Ming. The choke point might actually play against Italy, so they got to be really careful with this one. And Elite Sparkle is barely sliding away here, as we have Fury also jumping through. But again, just the outside poke. A little bit of mana is already missing. Reset is the one shifting over towards the right side in order to take it. And he gets a little bit more in, but he needs to be careful with Fury. The problem is that ETC is in trouble, in a lot of trouble, I might add. Fury on the right side, still fighting it out, and both of the teams really just completely bouncing between defending and attacking. Good moves here by Sigurd, but Malfurion dodged out on at least the orb damage, and that helped a lot. And here they make the play again. Another kill attempt, but we have to focus onto the Immortal itself as the Czech Republic is going for it, trying to see if they can lock this one down. And they have the lead, but they get completely obliterated as they all stack up in the choke point. Li Ming comes in, they get the kills and the resets. That's the end of Sylvanas and Blaze. And with that double kill, a very realistic chance for Italy to pick Immortal #1 in this game. Really nicely done here. Good job. And that was a bit of a misstep from the Czech Republic for sure. Funneling into that choke point, all 4 of them, and pretty much just pinning a bullseye onto them. And Li Ming with the Calamity getting some damage out, and then following it up, of course, with additional damage shortly after. That was just a bit too much for the red team to handle. Now we have top side with the blues starting to come through. And let's see what we're gonna have with this. There we go. Quest completed for Thrall pretty late, which isn't really atypical for this map, because you are forced off lane towards the Immortal before you normally complete your quest. But for now, how much can they get out of this one? This is definitely going to hurt the fort. The only question that remains is, can they actually take the entire thing down? Or will it be saved? And so far, the Czech Republic is at least setting up a nice defense and are able to hold on to it for the time being. Now, Semuro is already pushing the bottom of the map, so that's another one. Towards the top, Fury is jumping in. Italy with the anchoring on the play, and ETC has so far done actually really well. Elite Sparkle is really... I mean, he honestly, he might die now, and I think he will. But so far, he's done a pretty good job of not dying and always just finding the balance between zoning for the team, taking damage, but not being eliminated here. This is literally the first kill against him now. And now it is also 9.5 versus 9.5. Bit of momentum for the Czech Republic, which allows them to push thanks to Sylvanas through the top lane. And as they also have the camp just behind them, this is a solid amount of damage. Not quite able to take the fort down, but hell, they are burning those waves. So bottom of the map, again the Blaze against Semuro setup. And top side, the push continues. Now starting to make their play, and with level 10 abilities, you gotta be careful. If that last shield connects, then you might be in trouble. There's no follow-up stun outside. Well, there's Roots, of course, and also the Wolf, but there's no Blaze jet propulsion. But now both of the teams have access to their level 10s. That also gives us the Mosh Pit in this case. And Blaze is at the bottom of the map, eager to get another camp for his team and also additional experience. But level 10 versus level 10. So, we'll see. Top side, so we have Moldavius do his thing. And Semuro pushing this. Ooh, what the hell? Thrall gets caught. They're trying to go for the counter kill against ETC, and there's the Blessed Shield. A kill for a kill, nicely done. First Li Ming combo against Thrall, he dies, the War Chief is down. Both of them, actually Thrall and Sylvanas on the same team here. But yeah, with that, an opportunity again for the Czech Republic to shift Sylvanas over to the point. Now, they will in the long run not really have the same amount of clear against the Immortal as their opponent, but here comes the attack again against Fury this time, and both of the heroes that were killed previously are now back on the map and starting to rejoin the fight. Kenny up at the front here. I try to kill him all day, every day. Oh, ETC, party time, baby! And they get the kill against Thrall again. ETC gets saved by the Ancestral. Nicely played, but that could have actually backfired here. And for a second, it seemed like that would be the case. It's actually kind of interesting, because once that ETC started with the Mosh Pit, the Immortal spawned an immediate stun circle underneath him, so that Mosh would not have persisted for long, even if it wasn't interrupted already before that. But now the halftime show is taken, Thrall comes back, and honestly, this is the moment where the Czech Republic has to fight back, because if they don't, they're likely to lose the fort, the bot lane, and they're starting to fall a bit behind here. Li Ming with the play straight into the stun circle. Thankfully for her, nobody else was around to capitalize on that and stack additional stuns and CCs on top of it. But there we go. Here comes our little setup. Sylvanas is topside, and Semuro is jumping around right now. As we have the new habits nearly completed. In terms of the damage output, Li Ming is leading the charge, and everybody's just fighting for a forward position here. And reset! Oh my god! That was nearly a kill against Sylvanas, but again, it's ETC that gets attacked and nearly fired into the ground here. The silence hits as the arrow connects, and that's the end of ETC. Yeah, the cow is down. Burgers for dinner, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, we're going straight in. By the way, I gotta say, now that I live in Spain, Spanish burgers are honestly better than the burgers that I ate in the 2 years that I spent in the US. I was very, very surprised, and it is a big surprise, but yeah, a lot of the burgers here are amazing. Also, burgers with goat cheese are just incredible, and even a bit of fruit on those burgers can be amazing. Not saying that this is standard, but having a little bit of pineapple or mango on a burger with goat cheese is just insanity if you have a good sauce. So yeah, Spanish burgers can highly recommend. Very, very good indeed. I was surprised, I gotta admit. Either way, from beef and burgers back to the game, we have the Immortal claimed, again, by Italy. They might lose Rhaegar as a result. The little doggy doesn't know where to run. He can run, but he can't hide, and apparently he can't Ancestral himself either. Not quite sure if that would have been the best use of a cooldown either way, but damn, Sigurd, what the fuck? He is absolutely crushing this. That bad boy goes in, gets the kill, and immediately jumps out. Nicely done. Very well done. I am very, very amazed by this one. That was a cool kill. And that, of course, enhances their push at the bottom of the map even more, despite the fact that Rhaegar isn't with them yet. So they need to be a bit careful and can't really go too deep, but they take the fort down as expected. And now they are starting to jump straight onto the keep itself. Well, maybe not the keep itself, but the wall at the keep. So let's be honest here for just a second. But yeah, Sigurd with the big boy moves. And now, with level 13 versus 13, I mean, Italy is actually doing fairly well here. They're doing a great job so far, considering that in the last game, they were on the losing side of that equation. But now, the top lane. The problem is that Samuro is eventually going to really rip them a new one, and Czech Republic that is, if they don't keep someone at the bot lane to deal with that. You can already tell that he is starting to pressure this heavily. He's even sending one of the copies up so they can jump in if needed, but he will go for the keep here, and nobody is rotating down. Okay, Blaze Hearth's back. Thank God. For a moment I was really shocked and was like, wait a second, nobody is rotating? But yeah, Blaze Hearthstone back, so that's fine. And now the copies are just all over the place again. There is a lot of potential momentum thanks to Sylvanas, so if an objective is taken and Sylvanas helps out by disabling the structures, there's a really good chance that they're going to get a huge amount of momentum for them. But the red team hasn't won an objective yet, so we need to be careful with this. We have still the little fights over here with level 13 talents, also a bit more of a chance for Rhaegar to get those Ancestrals through. Fountain has been taken down, always a good target, can incorporate that in your own games. If the wall is open, the Fountain should always be one of your targets if you can take it down. Takes the sustain away from your opponent in the middle of the map. They will have to travel a lot farther in order to get it, and that actually does not only apply for Battlefield of Eternity. This is literally applicable to every single map out there. So, yep, highly important. Okay. Alright, it's time for the Immortal again. Still a slight lead in experience for the Czech Republic. Doesn't necessarily mean a lot here, but, well, let's wait and see. Rotation towards the top side right now. Moldavius is trying to put Samuro to some good use to take another structure down, while the rest of the team is currently fighting for this one. And, well, down at the bottom of the map, they're going for ETC again. He was thinking about the mosh pit, you could tell, but that was not the moment to go for it. And Elite Spark gets silenced and Ancestral. Oh, and the Dancing Queen, what? Yeah, ETC might die, but he did a lot with that particular one. It's a kill for a kill though, so despite the ult against 3 heroes, might not quite work out the way that Italy was hoping for. They are still pushing the fight back towards the red team, but in the meantime, the top fort has fallen because of the camp. So the Czech Republic walks away with a pretty solid situation. They need to be cautious around the objective now, but then again, we are on 16 for both teams, which also gives us the alpha killer for Greymane. ETC, by the way, hasn't completed Proc yet, so there's a little bit less heal for them, and Greymane has by now moved towards the left side together with Samuro because they need to take this down. But with both of them missing for the defense, you obviously know what's coming. The Czech Republic is just homing in on the Immortal and saying, well, if you move back to defend top side, we're gonna take a bit of free hits against the Immortal. and now it turns into a race. And that's something that the Czech Republic can't really have, so they have to rotate over once again. It's the additional damage against the Immortal that's just super important. And uh-oh, Thrall gets wrecked. That's the third death? Fourth death? I don't even know. 3 times was he eliminated. Sylvanas is also taking a bit of a beating during these fights. And just that additional Immortal pressure that we have from the Italians. And the Italians are going straight in, take down another Immortal. And with that, they will push top lane, eliminate another fort. And then the question is only how much can they really drop at the keep itself. So that is the next one. And let's see what they can actually pull off with this. Because right now, we have ETC with a completed proc rock that adds to the push. And, well, Samuro can just sit at the bot side and send the copy top and push this out a little bit further too. It's a bit of a trap. A little bit of a Star Wars moment right here. Honestly, every single time when we have like a trap and we can go for an Admiral Akbar reference, I just really am tempted to say like, oh, we can go for the Star Trek reference here. People would get so pissed, especially on YouTube. It would be amazing to see the comment section after that. How dare you! It's Star Wars, not Star Trek! And I would just like sit there reading all of it, giggling the entire day. Yeah, sometimes I'm a mean person. Maybe I'll do it one day. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it would be incredible. Okay, but here comes the damage against the keep. Shouldn't really fall. I mean, to be absolutely fair, with the shit show that is The Last Jedi, one of the shittiest movies that was ever produced and one of the dumbest for sure, pretty much Star Trek handily won the comparison. But then The Mandalorian appeared. And that definitely tipped the balance a little bit from the Force here. So yeah, Mandalorian definitely a big win. Thankfully, we still have a couple of people that know what Star Wars is about and are able to write a decent story without going into that shit show that we see in theaters these days. 7 kills against 7, and with that little rotation towards the bottom of the map, we might actually see a keep fall after all. This is Samuro heaven. It's honestly Samuro heaven right here, because he can at any point just go either back to the top keep, back to the bottom keep. He can always just go in, take those down, and this is looking more grim by the minute for the Czech Republic. If Samuro just does his thing, I feel it's very, very difficult for them to win on a macro level against this. So I'm not really sure what they can do. They need to win a team fight, I feel. I honestly don't think there's any way around this. If Samuro, as I said, during the objective phase, for example, makes their way over to the keep, those keeps both fall. This is the reason why the Czech Republic is aggressive like this now. They need to force something. They need to, they're super aggressive around this because they have to. They need to force a fight like this. Here comes the play for ETC, and ETC goes down. Nice. The Czech gamble is paying off, at least for the time being. But how much can they get with that? The poke against Sigurd is able to teleport out, and they're pushing through the bot lane. What about Samuro? Gravius is still sitting there. Level 20 is out of reach for both teams during this objective phase. 61,000 damage by Li Ming. They're starting to make the play again, and this time that Immortal is going to take a big beating. This might actually be the first one that the Czech Republic walks away with. Yeah, that might be the first one. They win the halftime show. That's guaranteed. Only question is, can they also take the entire thing? And with them pushing the lanes out earlier, so that Samuro has a rougher time getting towards those keeps, that's actually a pretty realistic option now. Since ETC isn't back for another 10 seconds. Level 20 is of course a huge threat, because Italy has a pretty decent experience lead. So even if the Czech Republic takes this one, the chances of them getting a lot of damage through are pretty slim, because there's a Storm talent for Italy that the Czech Republic will not have, and that's problematic. So yeah, now they have an Immortal, and a big one at that, but what actually can they do with that? They need half a level for Storm talents, which they might get, honestly. Sylvanas is already taking the experience top side, and with Blaze now moving down to the bottom, they might just be able to get enough XP to get that talent. What the fuck is that? Did he just fat finger Tranquility? Oh! Did he just fat finger that, or what went on there? Ah, oh, that's unfortunate if that's actually what happened there. Okay, they're coming in. Here comes the move. They're making their play, and that could be a kill. No, it's not. The Ancestral is there, and that's all that they needed right now. They're starting to jump in already. We have the combo after the mosh pit against Sylvana. She's the first one to die. Jojo is in trouble too. They're going straight for Johanna. And yeah, that's it. Ah, they killed Kenny. Bastards! Kenny is down, and I guess, if we are real honest, this is most likely going to be the fate of the red core as well. I don't even know why Li Ming is defending, to be honest with you. With Samuro, 2 heroes dead in that lineup, why would you go and defend against the Immortal? I really expected them to go for the core here. So that Sigurd is just sitting on the left side is a bit of a surprise to me, because with a 4 versus 3, you're not going to be able to pull that off. I think chances were pretty realistic for them to take this. Now they can go from keep to keep, which apparently they do, but I think that was a good chance for the Italians to equalize the score and make this a 1-1. Now they will get both keeps, which should still give them a huge advantage over the opponent and most likely give them the victory here. But there's still a chance for the Czech Republic to come back into this. And we've seen some incredible comebacks in the Nations Cup already. So, yeah. So 9 versus 8. And let's see. Furious sitting tight, this camp taken. And well, with both keeps down. Catapult pressure. Mercenaries. Samuro. If that guy gets onto the core, then obviously that thing is getting toasted quickly. But again, there's always a chance that you wipe the opponent, and with the Immortal you push a little bit thanks to Sylvanas. Let's not forget, there's only keeps on the side of Italy. So if an Immortal is taken this late in the game by any team, then this is pretty much the end of it. But the macro game is very firmly in the hands of the Italian team. And there we go. Lead Sparkle is already starting to rotate over. They're trying to also make sure that Samuro is not getting anything done here. Samuro by now top side, defending against the camp. It's pushed out another 19 seconds. And we are Gucci to go. There's the setup, and let's have it. Samuro is going to make it on the core, yes or no? They're stealing it away again, aren't they? Yep, they're stealing the camp away once more. Samuro doesn't have a copy around now that this one was eliminated, so he can't jump onto it. So the camp is stolen, and they make their way towards the Immortal again. And they have a good position for it too. So they will have an early lead once again. Samuro is actually at least getting some damage in on the right side of the map. But the Czech Republic hasn't given up on this one yet. Neither should they, because there's still a chance for them to turn this around. And this is exactly what they're fighting for here, as they are moving in, bunkering up, and winning the halftime show quite handily. Okay, there we go. Halftime show 1. Samuro still just having copies around everywhere, going for him himself, forcing the tranquility again from Malfurion. There's a mosh pit set up, but so far no kill, and Samuro is starting to get really nasty at this point. Very nasty. Oh, Kenny! Indestructible gets procced as he's on the run. But they are starting to lose some ground. Bottom keep has fallen though, but so did Johanna. Johanna is down, bottom... Oh my god, that's the end of Malfurion for sure. They nearly took down Sylvanas. But yep, that bottom keep is gone. So that equalizes that. But if you can't take the objective, then you just don't have any chances here. So once again, trying to move in from the side. Core is going to take some damage on the Italian side. The Italians need to be a little bit careful with this one. I mean, you have to send someone back eventually. Has more catapults coming soon. Li Ming is the one dealing with the situation, but now we have a race on the Immortal, and I'm not so sure that the Italians are able to win this one. Despite the fact that we have Greyman and Samuro over there. It's actually a pretty close race, and Italy takes it. It's a close call, but they do. ETC though goes down, but catapults over here have homed in on the core now too. Sylvanas is also dead, and I guess with the kill on Thrall, they could definitely finish the deal. If Samuro moves over to the core, he should be able to actually finish the job. Thrall is dead, and a few catapults still do damage, and that core is down to 83% on both sides. But the shields have not regenerated. The Immortal is now making his way in, and let's just face reality. This is game. This is the tie in the series, as we are going to head into game number 3 with a 1-1 score between the two teams. A nice best of 5 so far. This is a great round of 8 match between Italy and the Czech Republic. But yeah, nicely done. Immortal is going to completely wreck this, and Italy is back to business. Italy is back in the series as the Czech Republic loses on Battlefield of Eternity. GG, and well played. Game number 3. We have Italy against the Czech Republic. A best of 5 series in the round of 8, and we are on Alterac Pass. On the left side, Elite Sparkle again on ETC, Alex on Rega, Fury on Chen, Sigurd on Sylvanas, and Moldavius. No Samura for him this time. Junkrat it is instead. Towards the right side of the map, the Czech Republic with Dragon on Leoric, Kenny on Johanna. He likes her. Mid on Malfurion, Reset on Maiev, and Rhythmix is playing Greymane. Alright, it's a little bit of a reversal from the last game, to be honest with you, since we have a lot of the heroes swapped. But yeah, fealty onto death for Leoric. There we got it. Let's go. Sylvanas actually with the Unfurling Shadows on level 1. Okay, Eye of the Tiger for Chen again. And no globes for ETC. Against Greymane and against Maiev, it's all about the block party. Yeah, ETC is a party animal, so this time he's also going full on for the blocks. A couple of body blocks on top of that too, I would assume. And this is a big map. I mean, again, you have also 2 bosses, of course, up, which is nice for the Czech Republic, since Rhythmix has a lot of damage against those. So he can use that. I guess, at the end of the day, one of the things that we have to watch out for a little bit is the combos that can be executed with Junkrat in this game. If there's a good ETC power slide and then Junkrat pushes the target with one of those mines back into the opponent, in his team, then there's a lot of kill potential that they have. But yeah, we'll see. I like the setup on the right side just a little bit better, to be absolutely honest. It's a triple front line. You have Greymane for the damage. Leo is great for the rotations here. And this is a really sustainable setup with a lot of wave clear, which is quite important on this map here too. And also the CC that we see through Maiev, even though she is not really the biggest part of the meta anymore. It's kind of fun that she's actually being played right now over here. 2 teams with both going for the night camp, first of all. And here we go. Kenny is already starting to rush in. Oh, I can't help myself. Every single time that I see Kenny, I smile. Like it's just too much for me. Like, I don't know. You just need Cartman in here somewhere. You can play Fat Illidan or something. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that would just be too good to be true. But either way, Jojo is already pushing the wave out. Again, the wave clear is definitely in their favor in a setup like this one. We're already on level 4. Objective is going to be announced soon, but usually we don't really see a whole lot of focus onto the first prison camp before we actually have level 7 for both of the teams. Sigurd realizes that he needs to get the hell out of there. Did a great job on the last map with Li Ming, so now he's trying to show everybody that he can pull off the same stuff with Sylvanas. And he is obviously going to try and stack as much as he can on the dagger so that he works in the additional damage for them. And yep, there come the first ones already. Okay, so let's see. Top right, Chen is sitting tight, Fury on him. I like the War Master, but again, the white tint is just better. That white-black combo is amazing. Now my new bike is is black and red, but I gotta say, if I would buy myself a completely new bike and would be able to go for the color scheme that I want, then I think black and white, if you have, it's a really nice setup. It's a cool combo. Black and yellow can be pretty sweet as well, but yeah, a couple of black and white designs that some of the top bike brands have are just looking absolutely gorgeous. So yeah. And the same goes for Chen's skin on this particular... Chen's tint on this particular skin. The white War Master is just a little bit better. ETC, by the way, this is a bit of an older rockstar that we have here. Hair is already been grey, that means he has a lot of experience. Literally rides a wolf at this point. I'm not quite sure what the wolf thing is being mounted by a cow, but still... maybe that's what he's into. Who am I to judge? For the time being, we still see both teams aiming for level 7 talents so that they can start to focus onto the objective, and this is coming true for Italy as we stand. So let's go. Bottom of the map, Raymond is already sitting in position. At the top, it's still this 1 versus 1. Leo should actually be top damage already. Oh, he isn't. Doesn't have a whole lot. Normally when you go Chen against Leo gets a lot of damage since he can drain the entire time while Chen drinks, but we're actually far away from that. It's Maefluence that gets the top damage, and with a pretty big margin, I might add. I mean, just look at those numbers. Leo is finally starting. There we go. That's the drain connected. It seems a bit like Dragon missed the drains against Fury the entire time. Yeah, he should be a little bit higher than this. But either way, ooh, Meteor and Malfurion put into a corner, but he survives. Everybody is on the mud pit. And the chattering teeth. I love it. Alright, the kill number 1. And I guess Chen might fall too. Rhythmix and 1-hit. Ah, but there it is. The quick move straight to the bottle. Let's see his little escape. The little escape that Chen has in his life. The bottle of beer. In this case, the keg of ale that he's running. Yeah, honestly, we're always asking what is in those kegs. I mean, when we're talking about an American Chen, it has to be whiskey, I assume, or really, really bad beer, aka IPA. But Germans, obviously, it's a keg of beer. For the French, I would say wine. 100%. Russians, easy peasy, vodka, for sure. But what is it for the Italians? I mean, I guess there's a couple of alcohols that we could definitely talk through here. But, well, first of all, Vivo is in trouble, and he goes down. All right, Leo eliminated, and yeah, the camps are being focused again. Yeah, for I guess for the Italians it's Ramazzotti. Ramazzotti, Pizza, Luigi, Mario. Yeah, it has to be Ramazzotti for the Italians, right? I would assume so. Czech Republic, again, I have no clue. There's good Czech beer, so maybe that's the thing, but I'm not quite sure if that's the best one. But I mean, either way, let's go away from alcohol for just a second and instead have... I mean, honestly, with Chen's low win rate in this series, you can see that alcohol is just no solution. Chen is not having any big revelations when he's going for the bottle. So if anything, it helps to drop him a little bit faster. So yeah, kids, don't do that at home. But either way, I'm still waiting for the first objective. I mean, nobody really cares about these prisoners. It's a little bit sad, honestly. If you are getting imprisoned by the opponent and no one of your friends and of your own team gives a fuck about you, that tells you a lot. So I think the Raider and that Raider over there, they must have been big assholes while they weren't imprisoned. I mean, it's very hesitant that we're now seeing the Czech Republic starting to make a move for that. Only after level 10 abilities. Containment is, by the way, triple pandas, because 3 pandas are better than 1. They're starting to go straight in, trying to get the kill in, and... oh, Reptile. A little bit. ETC is in trouble. He's not the only one, by the way. Kenny is also having some severe... What? He was on 19 HP and actually survives this. Containment disc comes out, stops ETC, and they drop him again. 2 kills against 1. 57 stacks for Sylvanas, but another opportunity for the Czech Republic to go in for the first objective. 7 minutes and 20 seconds in at this point. Alright, there's the move and the interrupt. Grenade to the face. God, Junkrat is such an annoying hero here. Ah, but they have it. They got it, and it seems like this time they're going to claim it. Yeah, nobody's going to interrupt this one. It's not happening. Okay, so they actually get the first objective, so the Raiders are going to be released in just a second, and traditionally that ends with at least 1 fort being eliminated. Depends a bit on the push and the path that they take here. Let's look at that. Here comes again the move against Rhythmix. Oh, and he's dead. Yeah, nice zone from Junkrat, and it's the perfect timing. I mean, for Italy, this couldn't have gone any better. They lose the objective, but they're just able to set this up. Then again, I hear some chattering teeth. And then again, we have Elite Sparta now moving in. Where's that Entomb? Ah, he went for March! No! I didn't even catch that! Why do you do this to me? March would have been... Entomb would have been so good here. That would have been a kill against ETC for sure. Don't take this talent. It is horrible. Especially against this setup. I mean, yeah, there's a few heroes that can jump away from it. I guess that's a little part of the reasoning, but still, no matter what happens, Entomb is just always better, especially when you make it to 20, which on this map is more or less guaranteed. So, Buried Alive is just such a game changer. But even before that, I mean, it's not only about the level 20. Any kind of argument that starts with, well, on level 20, it's awesome, is garbage. That was a really bad blessed shield, by the way. But Entomb is also fantastic before level 10, so I don't really understand what he's hoping to get out of March here, but well, we'll see. For now, they're taking down ETC. That Ancestral just came a little bit too late. Despite the fact that Blessed Shield didn't connect, they were able to pick up the kill here. So this is pretty awesome. And there we have our move towards the top. So, a little setup here. And they get the fort. 1 fort down. Bot lane, I guess the wall has been taken down. Yep. Wall has been eliminated. And over here in the middle, a little bit of an extra drain against Junkrat. So level 13 against level 12. 3 kills against 2. 4 heroics against 5. We definitely can't count March. What a horrible ult. What a horrible, horrible ult. That's something that Blizzard could actually buff a little bit. Instead, they're listening to bronze plebs that want bunker buffed and shit like that. Actually, thankfully, they haven't listened to that yet. The bronze plebs have only just voiced that, let's call it an opinion, on certain platforms. But at least they haven't reacted to that. But they still buffed heroes like Malfurion and Leoric, even though they're also really continuous picks and top picks in the meta. But March is actually something that they could buff a little bit, because that is a very underused talent, and for a very good reason. The talent is just fucking shit. It's total trash. So yeah, it's way, way worse than Entomb, which is just absolute bae. Okay, so either way, with that little rant I just ignored for the moment. Let's see what we're going to get in this little push. There's no real advantage right now, so I guess we're going to fight over the objective more so than anything else. And let's see. Kenny Kenny's already zoning slightly. Okay, let's go. Moldavius is already sitting tight here, and Maiev is threatening this a little bit. But let's see. Chen comes in from the top. Sylvanas is also in a position where she could actually come in, and there's the triple panda time. Let's go for Malfurion, I suppose. And he's already trying, but Mora is just on the run here and saying like, yeah, not today. Not on my watch. I know what you're aiming for. It's not going to be me this time. Ult already used, and, well, the panda might be in trouble right now. Eats the bullet. Does a lot of damage. They're pushing them out. Dragon finds himself on the wrong side of this battle. Is able to get out, just to be taken down by the damage over time from Sylvanas here, thanks to the arrow. So that's that already. Okay. With this, 14 versus 14, and maybe a chance for the Italians to come back here. Italy. Leo, of course, is going to be back pretty quickly, thanks to the trade, but the lead is there for them. ETC is far out, doesn't have a cooldown or anything ready. Ancestral healing will most likely be used for him now, and has to as well. But in comes Maiev, and just goes straight in for some reset potential. And barely jumping out. It's getting a little bit dicey for the Czech Republic, but they get the lockdown against Sylvanas, and they can take her down, and that might be the beginning of the end. As we have the containment disc against ETC, that's definitely going to secure them a second kill. And in the meantime, that objective was also counteracted. But with 2 heroes down, there's another opportunity for the team in red to make the play right here. With that said, 26,000 damage for Maiev, 41,000 for Sylvanas, but all the damage in the world doesn't mean jack shit if you can't get any kills with it. 5 against 3, and guys, if they take the objective, they have level 16 talent to push with it too. That hurts. That means you can really do some serious damage. And nobody can stop them at the objective now either. Greymane even claiming the one on the right side. They didn't have vision around this, they couldn't play around that. But yeah, against level 16 it would be a bit of a suicidal mission for Italy to try and do anything about this now by moving in and forcing the battle. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. And Greymane actually times this a little bit too. Really? 0.2 seconds? Okay. Let's go. They're gonna get 16 with it, aren't they? Well, there's the fight. They don't want to take that yet. ETC has the mosh pit. And if he can land that, it would be great. That's the containment disc. I can't believe this is happening. Okay, there's the kill against Sylvanas. Yeah, you don't take a fight against level 16 talents. You just don't. There's again the ult on Malfurion, has to defend himself against the triple panda. And now we see Greymane. Oh my god, he even survives this one. If Greymane falls, it might have been a little bit of a silver lining at the horizon for them, but now they can go through the mid fort without even using the raiders, just by using the camp that they took a bit earlier. And they have an entire level lead, 4 kills ahead. This is just a little bit too much for them right there. This is bad news right now. Yeah, this is gonna hurt a lot. I mean, look at the bot lane. Leo is already just sitting tight and doing his thing over here. So, yeah. This keep is likely gonna fall. Well, I mean, Leo isn't here, so the Panda's moving in from the side, and the cooldown won't have it ready anytime soon, but they might get the kill against Greymane after all. Rhythmix goes down. There's also the attempt to at least use ETC with the Mosh Pit to maybe slow them a little bit more. But now every lane gets pushed. They make the play for reset, and Maiev falls. There's damage taken, but I don't think they can take this one just yet. So yeah, top lane is getting attacked, bot lane fort is also taken down, so all of the forts are eliminated, lanes are pushed out, and I guess they can break through the wall, but there is not going to be a single keep that they can eliminate here. But they don't necessarily have to, they're still far ahead. You look over to the right side of the map and you can see that the Czech Republic hasn't lost any structures yet whatsoever. A little bit of a setup here in the middle. Ooh, Kenny moved far out, even more pressure now down here. And the keeps definitely suffer. They definitely suffer, but none of them is gonna fall. Talking about people that are falling though. Kenny! You beast! Juke City Mayor Kenny. Nice! That Iron Skin timing couldn't have been more perfect than what we just saw from him. That was honestly just absolutely frame perfect. So yeah, with this, we now have 5 kills against 7, and Dragon is just anchoring the bot lane to see if maybe the blue team is trying to make a play for the boss now. Moonfire is already out, and they're also going for the next camp here. So yeah, Rhythmix with Greymane is just doing this over and over and over again, just double checking that he can get all of that damage in against it. Down to the bottom of the map. There's a lead Sparkle and his boys. They're doing the exact same thing, just dancing around it. The lead is still there, but this is a problem. This is a problem. You lose a team fight and you're gonna start losing keeps, and that means armor shields are gonna be eliminated from the core. 39,000 damage from Maiev. Reset again, definitely the top player for the Czech Republic. And Greymane on 23,000. Junkrat just funning around like usual, as Dragon is still sitting at the bottom on his little soapbar and just cleaning house here. Yeah, Dragon is keeping the bot lane clean. Whereas the next objective is already spawning, and with 5 seconds, yeah, they're trying to make the trade. Look at that, with only half a level left until 20, they're going for the boss instead of going for the objective. The problem is they already got sniffed out because Leo was guarding it the entire time. Mosh Pit, and he gets interrupted, but Greymane is still down. The problem is that ETC pays with his life for it. Here comes the Triple Panda, starting to jump in again, but the red team just simply walks away from it, and guys, they still have a fountain here. Kenny? Oh! Yeah, they still have a fountain. They can easily tap, go in. A 4 versus 4 with level 20 talents just absolutely works in their favor. At this point, we also have the Death March. Sounds cooler than it actually is. Buried Alive, way better. Not even close. Because compared, and this is the important part of the sentence, compared to Entomb and Buried Alive, March of the Black King is bad. Sean the Sheep informs us that March of the King is bad. Exactly. Entomb is just delicious. Anyways. It's time for the next objective. And guys, with level 20 abilities, if they get the objective, that's probably the end of most of the keeps here. So, this could be a checkmate situation against Italy if this continues. But the Italians, they apparently are eager to get the experience so that they have Storm Talents and then can maybe make a play for the objective after all. But they are definitely... I mean, they're literally on a timer right now. Timers are 20 seconds. So 8 kills against 6. And... yeah, they might just be able to pull that off. But the fight is forced topside. There's the containment disc. But they need Malfurion for the Twilight Dream. And Malf goes in and... oh, gets interrupted. Malfurion just get interrupted on the Twilight Dream. A little bit too late, my friend, but they still get the kill against ETC. The mace to the face, but there's the Death March. Is that going to be enough? They try to get the kills, but the Twilight Dream setup against Chen. Leo is dead, so is Chen. The Panda goes down. Yes, a little bit delay, but he dies. And the rest of the fight is currently happening down here, while the mid lane is getting attacked and pushed out very aggressively by the camp that has been taken earlier. So, there we go. Bit of a setup on the left side. Rizmix is sitting tight. The Ancestral comes out. Reset needs to be really careful. He's still incredibly low. And Malfurion does not have enough heals here. But Leo is going to come back in just a few seconds. And that's a huge advantage for the Czech Republic. Despite the fact that Italy now has level 20 talents on their own, they're unlikely to make a big change there. Junkrat on this map is just such a nuisance, but yeah, they lose the control again. And just look at the bottom of the map. In the meantime, we're seeing not only the fountain fall, but the keep itself taking damage too. And there's another wave already pushing in together with it. So Sylvanas is trying to stop that as quickly as she can. But fountains get tapped. That makes it real easy for the red team to now push through. And since they have the next set of raiders, this is gonna hurt. It might not end the game yet. The Italians, in theory, have a chance to defend here and maybe come back into this one. But it's a rough one. It's still a best-of-5 series, so no matter who loses on this map on Alterac Pass, still has a chance to turn it around. But things are looking incredibly good for the Czech Republic in this third game. Yeah, they at least are gonna take one keep down. At least. I mean, that's the bare minimum. Fury is trying to jump away, and, well, that was a good one. Again, Malfurion a little bit late on the Twilight Dream here, if he wanted to set this one out. Alright, gets it in now before he gets taken apart by the Pandas, and the first keep has already fallen. The one at the top is taking damage, and ETC dies too. And this is a problem. Only one caught, two caught actually, in the death metal. But guys, all of the keeps are done. This is game. This is game. Keeps are all falling. The one at the bot lane is about to go down. The one at the top is getting eliminated in just a second. The mid lane has already fallen with no armor shields left anymore, and all of the raiders still on the map. This is definitely going to be game as the Czech Republic moves in for the lead in the best-of-5 series. They're going to take the 2-1 lead right here as they drop Italy on Alterac Pass. GG and well played by the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic, ladies, ahead in the series. 2-1, and boy, do they have a lineup right now. Elite Sparkle on Rexa this time. We have Alex It for the Italians on Malfurion. Sigurd on Jaina, rotating through the majors. And Fury now on Falstad with Moldavius on Diablo. But look over to the right side. Reset actually got his Carrigan. Performance on Maiev was pretty strong, but the Carrigan setup is something that he was actually known for ever since the Czech Republic played their first match. Rizmix is on Greymane, we have Kenny on Melganis and Dragon on Leoric with Medor on Rhaegar. It's a really aggressive setup that they have here, and I love it. This is great. No matter how this game ends, it is very likely going to be a highly aggressive one. And that's pretty awesome. So let's check out how this is going to work for the two teams here. And if Italy can bring it back and force game number 5, because this is pretty much what it's all about. If Italy can't win this one, they are out of the tournament. Carrigan with a combo, and the kill against Rexa. Misha dies too. It's pretty much... There's another setup, and another kill. Diablo is down too. Yeah, this is not a good start for Italy. As expected, the aggression is there from the get-go for the Czech Republic, especially the Carrigan setup for Reset is incredibly powerful. The hero has been banned out multiple times against Reset for a very, very good reason. And now we have them in a fantastic position. It's still interesting to see that Rexa actually made it through the draft, because, again, the hero is called the King of Dragonshire for a reason. You could also call him the King of Brexit holdout, I would assume. But the thing is, Brexit is a shit map that nobody wants to play. And in 99% of the matches that we see, the map is banned out immediately, so nobody plays it. Dragonshire, then again, is played a lot more often. but the mechanic of the objective is pretty similar on both maps when it comes to the advantage that Ragza gives you. Thanks to the split between Ragza and Misha, you can control lane experience and at the same time have your second up to the top claiming the objective. Same true for Brexit as well. So he is incredibly powerful here. And normally when you have Ragza in the team, it means that he will dominate that particular position. Ooh, Fury. Careful, my friend. Yeah, he will dominate the top lane, which means your 4-man has to win the other shrine. So the only way how this can be changed is Kerrigan occasionally rotating top, which is happening. And ooh, seems like he got the bird. Yeah, he got the bird, and that's a solid kill. And this is also the 3rd kill in the game. So now with this, making the play for the bottom. Kerrigan has moved towards the top, as already mentioned previously. Nice dodge at this point, but it seems like Misha is still gonna fall. And yes, dodge the stun, but then still gets taken down. What a setup and what a start by the Czech Republic. Fails that flies in, and they're gonna try and set something up, because now there's already a threat of the first Dragon Knight being taken, but Reset gets attacked and just turns it calmly around with an attempt to go for Fury. Nicely done. If he would have just attempted to run, he would have likely died immediately, but instead it's Fury who's in trouble, and there's the mace to the face move. Where's the swing when you need it? Right there. And the bird goes down. What a dominant opening into game number 4 by the Czech Republic. Absolute insane setup now. Bot lane, Sigurd sees Kerrigan coming and is just like, just stay away from me. Just stay the fuck away from me. Don't come even near me. I can tell you one thing, every single squishy hero on the side of Italy has a hell of respect right now for Reset. And this is literally the stuff that nightmares are made from. A Kerrigan moving just towards you from a flanking position out of a brush or something. This is gonna be pretty crazy. Reset has so far already done a whole lot, set up kill after kill after kill for the team. And with level 7 now in their hands, with the camp just now taken, and then denying a possible Dragon Knight to the opponent, there's another chance for him to make a move. Fury is already afraid, and he should be. He really should be. Reset can now move down to the bottom of the map. That's an easy grab for them on the shrine. But again, they're only ahead by a level. That is a lot in the early game, granted, but if you think about it, it could be more. So it's nothing where you are saying, hey, this game is over by any means. Of course, Italy needs to find some momentum for themselves, and they are getting pushed back here, but that doesn't mean that the game is over. Boomerang on level 7, good choice by Fury. Fury in trouble though, both of them are jumping in, and Rizmix has to move to the top, and Kerrigan is quite low, and I think she's gonna fall again. Rega was trying to go for the heal, but now he himself moved out a little bit too much, and that's how you turn a game around. Double kill, easy peasy from Italy. A bit too much pressure on the Czech Republic apparently to make some moves, and that resulted to them overstepping, and they get punished for it right away. This is actually one of the big problems that a lot of the up-and-coming players always had, and especially some of the top rookies. Sem was true for Tai when he started to play. He got a lot of credit for the aggressive plays that he made when he entered the scene, or showed up on the radar for most teams that were watching competitive. And once that you know that people are expecting big moves from you, you oftentimes feel pressure to make those moves and might move into a situation that you would normally dodge. And for Tai, for example, that was definitely true, and it's something that he had to learn at some point, that he doesn't have to make the game-deciding move all the time. If he just does his thing, he's going to be fine. And I could totally see, I'm not saying it's true in this game, but I could totally see that affecting Reset to an extent too, because ever since they started to play in the group stage, there was a lot of focus on him, and that can definitely force you into situations where you feel you have to perform, you need to make a play. But right now, they're focusing back into the standards, and now we have level 10 for them. They get another kill against Jaina this time, making the play for Fury, and that bird is down. All of them eliminated, and for some reason, Dragon really loves March of the Black King. This is one of the big disappointments here, but still, sitting at the top side, trying to march it up, especially in this setup. Just can you imagine how much you can do with a good Entomb? Maybe he takes it because he can't land an Entomb. That would be the easiest explanation here. I mean, Entomb is just far superior to March on a competitive level. Now, granted, this is not the highest level of play that we have in Heroes in the post-HEC era, but still. But maybe he's just simply is pretty meh at landing Entombs. That could be a good explanation here, especially against the heroes that he's up against. A good Entomb against Rex. Oh, that's a punt attempt. Against Rexa, Jaina, or Malf. Definitely worth a lot. And Buried Alive is one of the most OP talents on 20 they could possibly get. Talking about OP, look at the performance right here. Double kill against the Bird and Malfurion, and they're already running Jaina down on top of that. Sigurd, you really need to get away from this position. Why would you do that? Oh, I think they're starting to get a little bit tilted here. That's a keep down, sorry, a 4 down with the first Dragon Knight and also 9 kills against 2. Wow, what a massive, massive lead now for the Czech Republic. They have the advantage in the best of 5, 2 games against 1, and now with the first Dragon Knight, not only do they take down the fort in the middle, they get several kills and are putting severe pressure onto the bottom fort of the map. Compare that to other teams that in the past have, with the first Dragon Knight, gotten a wall, maybe 2. Incredible start into this game. And Italy, they have to dig deep. They really need to dig deep for this one, or they're going to be out of the tournament now. So this is going to be potentially a big problem for them. And just what a setup at the bot lane again. Forstad can fly down though, and Leo is a bit far away. They are forced into that fight, and they don't have level 13 yet, but it's going to be coming soon. Jaina goes down again. Kenny comes in, and that old vampire just rips her apart. Blondie is down. So is the fort, or will be in just a few seconds. They're trying to get another setup. This time Carrigan only homing in on Misha himself. And that is that. Fort is down, 10 kills against 2, level ahead with an extra talent to spare. And they are playing a beautiful game. This is a setup that you don't want to give to the Czech Republic. Reset has proven himself on Carrigan multiple times, and he's just doing it again in this game. The damage output, 19,000 for Carrigan. She's carrying again with Greymane on 19k. Leo is sitting at 18,000 thanks to the continuous drain that he gets at the top lane against Misha. And Jaina is still topping the numbers, but again, it doesn't mean anything if you can't get the kills in. And you can't blame Sigurd at this point. Well, maybe one of the deaths earlier was a bit of optimistic play by him, going straight back into the bush and face-checking that on 20% HP. But with so many squishies on their side, it's just really, really tough. Carrigan is engaging every single time and locking them down, and you have Kenny, of course, with Mal'Ganis for the setup as well. Sets it up again for another attack, and look who's coming! That Entomb is going to be beautiful. Oh, wait. They still get the kill. What a beautiful march. Yeah, an Entomb would have definitely given them a kill or 2 again, as long as he hit it, of course. But that stun was apparently not anticipated, or they would have homed in on Diablo a little bit more, but they're going to get that kill anyways, aren't they? Yep, they get the kill, and Fury is on the run. He's not the only one, by the way. We're having a Malfurion also trying to rush away here, and he actually escapes. But there's a huge, huge threat for another Dragon Knight now. 12 kills against 2, 15 and a half on the board, and oh boy. Ooh boy, let's see. We have, at this point, another Dragon Knight about to be taken. They're actually putting the support into it. Voluntarily, I might add. Normally not a play that you really see. Usually it's the side laner, or one of the side laners that get put into it. It's a little bit situational, of course. I mean, there are exceptions to that rule. But normally you're keeping the support out of the Dragon Knight. In this case, they literally had the option to put several heroes in it, and they just decided, alright, let's go for Rhaegar. The doggy wants to have a little bit of action too. Always wanted to yield the battle axe. I mean, who doesn't? But with that, they're now going to jump in straight again. Greymane is on the way, and they want to keep, and they have everything they need. A 2-level advantage, the Dragon Knight, and level 16. They're playing it safe, they're playing it slow, I like this. They're not wasting the Dragon Knight by YOLOing it into hard. A lot of players do that, but they're waiting for the minion wave right now. There's a quick kick, and Sigurd is actually alive because of that. I don't think he could have gone for a different target there, but they get the kill regardless, this time against Diablo. Mighty Gust came out, another 22 seconds on the Dragon Knight. Another setup attempt, but nicely dodged, as Carrigan doesn't connect the combo, but they're jumping in to get the kill against Falstad regardless. And guys, they are just cleaning house here. This is potentially another kill against Malf, and there it is. Reset without any mercy goes in, and with 3 heroes down, it might even be a core attempt, especially, of course, with Greymane in the mix. They go straight for it. Rek'Sai is down too. They're trying to crush Jaina, who ice blocks the attack. There's even a bit of a B-step. Reset absolutely popping off in this game. And this is the end of Italy in the Nations Cup. Round of 8, the end for them, as the Czech Republic takes them down to advance to the semi-final of the tournament. Congratulations, as the Czech Republic absolutely dominates on the 4th map of the series, Dragonshire. GG, and well played. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed the match and the commentary. The remaining time of the video has been added to protect against spoilers caused by the length of the video itself. But please keep in mind, though, that this does not only mean more work for me, but also has a negative impact on the popularity of the videos and the channel because of YouTube's algorithms. It would be greatly appreciated if you'd consider supporting the channel and help me to continue the daily esports coverage by clicking the join button below the video or supporting me through the Patreon page linked in the video description. Thanks a lot for the support, and see you guys next time.